3, 2, 1.
We're live.
Welcome back
to the Happiness Hangover Pod.
Our video pod! The first one!
Literally. And then today we're going to talk about trends. So
yeah, different trends. Every day there's a new one.
I know. It's leading to overconsumption and my bank account draining.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing that, I mean, at least me. I have no more money because of all the trends, right?
Literally. So I guess let's talk about like skincare and makeup because I think that's like a really big one, especially if you're on TikTok now.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok definitely like it was obviously already a trend, but they really just like shoved it down your like face and your throat and was like, you need this. This is the only way to live.
Even if you don't go looking for it, it just shows up on your like For You page versus like back when YouTube was a big thing and that's when you would find out about like new makeup products, you would have to go searching for it.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing too with like the skincare, how it's so easy to be like picked up by so many people is that like everyone's always looking for a solution of like their skin, if they have like hormonal acne, if they have like any kind of like there's like fungal acne, stuff like that. They're always like looking for
new
like,
products.
Yeah, even subconsciously.
Yeah, but like I feel like when I had acne, the one thing my dermatologist told me was like stop using everything you're using and like simplify your skincare, and that's really helped my skin clear up.
No, for real. Because have you seen those TikToks where it's like someone will be like, okay, my skincare routine, and they'll pull
it's
out
like 30 steps,
like a drawer, and it has like 50 of the exact same things, but they're all just different brands, but they all do the same thing. They'll be like moisturizers.
Yeah.
And like, how many moisturizers do you need? Yeah.
And like products expire, and I used to not know that, but like literally products, like I don't know how I didn't think of this before, but products literally have like an expiration date. And I'm like, you having all these like 30 moisturizers, you're not going through that within a year.
Yeah.
I highly doubt like you using this 2 years later. I'm pretty sure it's going to cause you breakouts from all that bacteria just in there from being opened.
And then it's like you're buying all this stuff and you're just wasting money because you can't even use it.
Literally.
You're like, oh, I just bought this $80 moisturizer and I used it 3 times and now it's expired because I had 50 more that I had to try out.
Literally.
Just like that. It's so crazy that it's a moisturizer moisturizes your skin, right?
Yeah.
But there's like 20 different brands minimum that all claim to do something different, but also the same thing.
Wait, when I went to my dermatologist, he recommended like a couple things that were like prescription, but everything else was from the drugstore. Yeah. And that shit cleared up my skin. So I'm just like, I don't know what you want me to gain from this like $30 face cream or $80 face cream. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now that I have like a job, I do try to buy like products that are like, you know, cruelty free or like environment friendly and stuff. And sometimes like it's just easier to find that at like Ulta versus, you know, or
like
Sephora.
Walgreens.
Yeah, or like Walgreens. Like it's just more of a selection.
Yeah, but there's like even the stores that you go to, like there's so many that you'll like never even see the brands.
Yeah,
because it's just oversaturated with the same products. Yeah, just everywhere.
Like for me, one thing I realized is like I could see like an influencer using a product, and one thing I've realized is I don't need to go out and purchase that product because I mean, maybe, when my product runs out, then yes, definitely, if I want to try it out, I can. But it's like, I don't need to go out and buy it right now when I have a full bottle of like foundation or like a whole bronzer that I need to use up.
There's this thing where, okay, do you remember a few years ago, probably, I want to say the start of COVID, people were buying The Ordinary a lot, right? Like the peeling, the chemical peel, right?
Yeah, the little bloody mask.
Everybody was, I even got that.
Yeah.
Because it's like cheap and it actually works really well. But that was a good thing for like a good few months. I feel like now the newest trendy thing is La Rouge. La Rouge Posay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And because it's actually pretty decent. Like I have a few things that when I went out of town I got them, but they're so expensive. Like if you go to Sephora because they're imported.
Wait, La Roche Posay?
Yeah, it's French. So
but I felt like it wasn't too bad.
It's not too bad, but when you compare it to things like The Ordinary or even just they're just they're like 3 times the price, but they just kind of all do the same thing. Like it is good. It's still a moisturizer. It still like hydrating your face.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you want to try it out, you should, but it's like you should be more like mindful and like finish your products before you buy a new one, and that's like one thing I'm trying to do now. Or it's like if I know, like one thing that I have is like I will buy a product and I hate it and I'm just like, I should just go return it, like, instead of holding on to it, because if it doesn't work for my skin, like, the first 2 days I use it, it's not gonna work for my skin in, like, 3 days. Like,
I've seen so many things, too, where people are like, I don't return things, and it's like, I do.
I used to be like that. Like, I would buy clothes and I'd be like, oh, I guess I like it, but I don't love it, and I'd keep it and I'd wear it once and never again, and then now I'm just like, I can't keep doing that. Yeah. Like, it's not
because then you start to run out of space too.
Yeah.
And I think that is like such a big thing when you like look at like everything that you have and you're like, why? And then it's laid out, because you can be shopping and be like, oh, I think I have a few, but like when you actually see how much of like the same thing you have,
it's when I go to my closet and I'm like, there's no space. Why is it overpacked?
You're like, I wear the same 3 shirts every day. But I feel like too, with like skincare, that's really big now, but like I feel like even bigger is the makeup industry. Because I mean, like you said before, people were like on YouTube like looking up like makeup, like 2015, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows the makeup, so there was like so much drama. Yeah. There was so much like, I feel like the drama was like kind of later on, but so many people coming
makeup
up.
Collections.
Yeah, the collections, the collabs.
Yeah, literally.
The video collabs, and then also with like brands and stuff like that.
The brand deals.
No, for real. But like even from 2015, which was, dang, that was like 8 years ago now, right? It grew, the industry by itself, $113 billion in 8 years.
I'm screaming. That's a lot of money.
That is. And
just 8 years. We're contributing to that, because there's so many times where I will see like someone like, it's like, okay, Alex Earl, like, I don't know if you know her, she's like a huge TikToker. She literally was using like the Charlotte Tilbury stuff and sold it out or whatever, and it's like everyone started using that, and other like influencers used it too from TikTok. So after that, like, I'm just like, oh, I want to go buy this, but I'm like, I don't need to buy this because I already have a bronzer that works. Like, let me use this up before I go buy.
I definitely bought into the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not gonna
lie. The highlighter, I have the highlighter, I have like the powder, like, they're good, get them, but it's like, if you have another product,
but then don't get it.
Yeah, like, just use up your product that works and then go buy it once you run out.
And there's no shame in like buying a high-end product like that, but it's also like, don't buy that high-end product and then buy like 3 more after. Literally. Like, really be mindful of like what you're buying, because I mean, I have so many like highlighters, because remember, I think it was like 2015 as well, or like I think it was like 16 or 17, but when highlighter was like trying to have that like,
oh, the little streak.
I was rocking that streak.
I was too. The full beat face with like,
oh yeah, the full beat face to go to class at 8 a.m.
I used to do the full beat every day, but I also had really bad acne, so I would cover the full, like, my face with the full beat, and no one knew. People would always be like, you have such good skin, like, can you tell me, like, and like, I remember one time back at like school, this girl came up to me and she's just like, you have really good skin, can I like ask you what you're using? And I'm like, oh my, because she's like, I struggle with acne and I want to cover it up. And I was like, girl, I do too, you just can't tell because I'm like caking it on. And I like told her all the products I use, and she's just like, oh my god, okay. And I think she was a little overwhelmed, but I'm just like, you just have to like figure out what works for you, stick to it, and just know how to do it for your face.
And I think a lot of the things too, especially now, like if you are trying to figure out like what to buy, like definitely do the research. Look at the reviews, see like what is out there, like the market, because it's so big, you're gonna find something, and if it's not one thing you like, then go ahead and buy it, but don't buy it when you have 10 other things that do the exact same thing. Because I've gone like, I mean, my makeup collection used to be so huge, but I went one day and I pulled out everything. I looked at why did I throw away like at least 20 lip glosses?
Girl, you don't need 20 lip glosses.
And that's what I threw away. I still have to do.
No.
And it's just crazy, because it's like, I don't wear lip gloss like that. I just have like, maybe I have one that I like at the time and I'll just wear that. And then I'll just like switch off between a few of them. But I don't really go for like the other ones that sit in my drawer. Half the time I just use like Vaseline or chapstick.
But I feel, no, that's literally me. But I feel like part of the reason that would happen to me is like, I would see a product that I liked and it's like a high-end product, and instead of me just spending like the $35-$40 on that one product, I would look at all these dupes and I would go out and buy like 5 or 6 dupes for this one product, and it's like, that's just so wasteful. And I ended up spending more money than just buying that one product. Buying the original. Yeah, and like it's just like so it just leads to overconsumption because then I'm just like, you know what, if I just saved the money and just bought it on the high-end product, I wouldn't need to have these 5 other lip glosses that are dupes that aren't even like a dupe and like
just too much.
Yeah.
And then like with the makeup too, like I don't know about you, but I feel like I have like 20 palettes.
I don't have palettes. I got rid of mine.
Really?
I just like never use them, and I just was like, these are fucking gross. And like, I don't know about
throw away so many.
I don't know about you, but when you look at the palettes like in the mirrors, do you ever like look at them and you're like, why is there like eyeshadow like all over this? Like, it's just so messy. Like all the fallout.
I don't really think about that much, but like, I definitely was going for the Modern Renaissance. Yeah, I still use that one. And I was like, why is this shadow crumbling like in my hand? And it's not even that old.
And also for me, I would only use like 2 or 3 shades from a palette, and it was just taking up way too much space.
Definitely. I got the James Charles palette as a gift. Not gonna lie, but I would use like only a few colors, and there's like 20 different colors in there, but
like, you know how they have the Jaclyn Hill palette and stuff? I never bought it, and thank God I didn't, because I'm not gonna wear like bright blue eyeshadow like ever. Like there's never gonna, like, I don't need to buy this palette. Like, it's not gonna have any use for me
for my day-to-day. I think the most I'll do is like I have a blue like pencil liner, and then I'll just like put that on my under eye because you can't tell that it's blue, but I'm not wearing purple. And I mean, I used to wear a lot of pink eyeshadow. I think that's like normal with like maybe some like orange or something, but never like blue or green and stuff like that.
See, because like for me, for me, I always do like, it's always like a brown eyeshadow, and then I always just do like a sparkly one. So I just bought like a couple single eyeshadows. And they were great. And then I think from one of like the Sephora gift sets that I got, it came with like a Natasha Denona like a little trio, and I used that, and they were all shades of brown, and I'm like, okay, that's it. Like, I don't need to buy any more eyeshadows.
And then
I do want the Mario palette though, the new one. It is really good.
I've seen a lot of people rave about that one.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna like sit out that one. I'm not gonna lie.
I might get that one because I looked at like the recent palette that he just dropped, and I was like, okay, I think I might get my use out of it, but I'm also like, I already have other sparkly shades that I use. I don't need to waste my money on it, but also I'm like, it's one product. It's not that bad. And also it's limited edition.
I saw this thing though, if you're in the position where like you're like, I want to buy something new, but you're like, I don't know if I should. One thing that I saw someone on as TikTok, they were like, for my New Year's resolution, I'm gonna go shopping in like my space. So she's gonna go shopping because she had so much stuff where she forgot what she had. So she's gonna like try a new product that maybe she bought it, never tried it or used it, have something that maybe she loved a long time ago, and then just continue to use that until it was gone, and only add to her collection when like, say if like all her concealers are gone in that specific shade. Because I mean like, I'm definitely the type, not now, but before, I used to have like 5 concealers in the same shade but different brand. Like, that's insane. They all do the same thing.
Literally. I think right now I have like, there's like the NYX concealers, like the one with a pink top. I really like that one, but I have it in 2 different shades. I have like a couple others, and I'm like, I want to try the Kosas, but I'm like, okay, I don't need to buy this until I'm done with like my concealers that I have right now.
And I think like I'm so proud of myself because I've actually like used up the tube of concealers. Okay. And like I'm throwing them away. Remember last time I was like, hey, throw this away.
See, I used to like wear a lot of makeup when I used to cake that full bead on. So I would go through makeup like nobody's business. But I think now it's also like the no makeup. Makeup also like with me, I just don't care how I look. So I go out looking like a hot mess. So
I feel that.
I'm fine with not wearing makeup anymore. Like, I'm confident to not like wear makeup. So it's like, now I'm like at the point where, okay, I don't feel the need to spend all this money unless if I run out of a product.
Yeah. And then also with like, if I think about how much I spent over the years of like makeup where it just sits in my room, I'm like, dang, that could have been used on something else.
Literally.
Or that could have been saved, or just because it gets so expensive, especially when you're buying the dupes, like you said, and you're trying to find like the similar shade, but you never can.
The dupes will get you. Like, just go buy the product. Like, I wanted the Clinique like black honey.
I have it like right there.
Oh my gosh, girl! I wanted that. But...
I only got it because it was on sale.
Okay, yeah, I wanted that, like, and then I was just like, do I really want to pay for Clinique? Like, am I gonna use this? And then I thought about getting a dupe, and I was like, no, because if I buy a dupe, I'm not gonna love it. It's just gonna be like a cycle again.
I think for that one, I mean, it's okay, but like, I'm glad I got it on sale, because if I had paid full price, I would not have been happy.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I also do now, too, instead of, like, buying, like, the full-size product, I buy samples because you go through them faster, and it's enough for you to, like, try it out and see if you like it. Like, the Milk Primer, I really like that primer.
Oh, yeah, I love
that. What's it called? I bought the sample first, and it's like a tiny little bottle, and I used that up, and I was like, okay, let me buy the full size now.
Yeah, because it's like, there's so many different types of primers that like all do the similar things, where it's like, okay, what is really good, like what works for my skin best, because you hear so many people on like YouTube and TikTok and everything where they're like, oh, this is the product you need. Like, why are you guys saying that about 10 different products? Like, pick one. But then if you do, like, try those samples, then you can sample it and find the best one.
I think also, like, for me, now that I'm older, I try to buy, like, clean makeup products. So for me, it's like, if I do switch over, I realize, like, I don't need to go buy them all right now. Like, I already spent the money. Let me use up what I have, and just going forward, buying, like, the clean products, because that's, like, what I want to buy for my skin.
Okay, side note, too. Like, using up the products, like you said, is, like, such a big thing when you switch from, like, maximalism to minimalism.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so many people who, like, are minimalist, they, like, have glass jars. So these are, like, glass containers. They're like, but you already have these plastic ones. Use up, like, what you have before you go ahead and, like, throw it all out. Yeah. You just defeated the whole purpose of it.
Literally. And it's, like, repurpose stuff. Like, I think it's because, like, maybe I'm an immigrant, like, child, but, like, my mom would always repurpose, like, containers and stuff, and, like,
my mom still does.
Literally, like, and so to me, I'm just like, why? Like, that's such a brown thing to do. Like, whenever I'm just like, I will go out to eat and I'll get, like, a nice, like, container. I'm like, I'm gonna use this.
I'm gonna keep it for later.
Literally, like, I'm about to reuse this.
But
as Tupperware.
For real. I think a big thing too for like makeup, I mean, maybe some people feel weird, but I feel like if it's maybe like foundation, like, and you don't really, or like eyeshadow, if it's something that you don't like, just like gift it to somebody else too.
Yeah.
Especially someone, if you know that they want to try it and you're like, oh, I didn't really feel this, but like maybe you'll like it. Yeah. So that way they don't have to spend their money, and then you won't have all this extra stuff like sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah, I do that with my clothes too. Like, I had bought like a couple things from Princess Polly, never wore them, whatever, and like I was gonna try to sell them to Plato's, but they literally give you like $2, and I'm like, I bought this for $40. Like, I'm not gonna take $2. Like, at that point,
like, I'd rather give it to somebody.
And like, I'd rather give it to somebody and they like actually wear it and like what I'm giving them. So like, one of my coworkers, like, she's around, like, we're about the same size. She's just a little shorter. But
you're so tall.
I know. I'm like 5'3". I'm 5'3", but I'm 5'7" in spirit. Okay. But no, she's like, I think she's 5'1", so it's like we're about the same size, so it like works. And that's just what I've learned to do, is just give my products or give my clothes or whatever I don't use to someone who'll appreciate it and actually like find value in it. But
no, definitely it's like, I don't know, it's better than just throwing it away and end up in like landfills, because I've thrown away so many expired makeups where I'm like, damn, like I wish I had done something else with it, or not even have gotten it in the first place.
I mean, I'm at the point where it's like, I don't love, like, I know I have oily skin, and I bought, not the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's like the e.l.f. dupe, because the Charlotte Tilbury was always sold out. Yeah. But it's like the Halo Glow stuff. It's like supposed to be like make you look glowy, but I'm like, I have oily skin, so when I wear that, I look like a grease ball.
You know what, too?
What?
There's so many things where it's like, you know, this summer where it was like the glass skin, right? That was such a trend. But like, it doesn't work when you have like oily skin, and it's like, people are like, this is the only way you can have skin. Like, why is it so like, the trends just overconsume people so much where they feel like they have to participate in it, and it's like, you don't have to give into like having the same skincare routine as everybody, wearing the same type of makeup, having the same type too, because I don't know, like, how eyebrows change all the time.
Yeah.
Like those Anastasia brows
literally
they had a chokehold on people. Not me, I was saved.
Stop. You were saved, girl. I
was saved.
If my phone wasn't up there, I'd show you a picture. The brows were
insert picture.
No, literally. They were there and they were full and they were thick and dark.
I just like kind of shaped my natural ones and called it a day because it was expensive.
I had thin eyebrows. I feel like thin eyebrows were a slay though.
I feel like now they're coming back. They're trendy now.
They're trendy again.
Because remember, people were like over plucking their brows in the 90s, and now they have no brows.
But my thing is, my eyebrows, I like both of them, but they're just so different that I would like shave and like tweeze them to make them look like sisters, or like make them look like twins. But I'm like they're sisters, not twins.
Mine are cousins.
Mine's, I don't know, how are mine's today?
They're good.
They're good.
They're slaying.
They're slaying.
But like those brows had people in such a chokehold and like people are literally it's a trend now to look back at your old eyebrows and laugh at them.
It is.
So it's like, it's so crazy how fast they
honestly
change.
You should just do what looks good for your face, and if it's thick eyebrows, then keep them. If it's thin, like just work with
the James Charles blocky ones and you love that, then go ahead and rock that.
Literally, like that's one thing I had to realize, even with clothes too. Like I think last year I was really into like Y2K fashion, and I always was, just because I loved Paris Hilton growing up and whatnot, and then it just became so trendy. And I guess now I'm like, okay, it's overdone, so I don't want to be a part of it. But also, like, with clothes, I feel like that plays, like, a big thing with trends, because you start, like, buying whatever you see, and it's just
selling into it.
Yeah, and it's, like, fashion just plays, like, a really big...
The fast fashion is crazy.
Literally. Oh, my God. Speaking of, like, I'm not going to say the brands, but I just did earlier, but I would order from them, and they're like a fast fashion brand, but you know that crap was made in a factory, and you're probably getting cancer from wearing that shit, because it's the way it's the way when I open that package, it just smells so bad. Like, I have to wash this before I can even wear this.
I know that, like, I used to, one specific one that, like, I mean, they're not gonna do anything against me, but I'm ashamed to say that I shop there.
Oh my God. Is it?
What? Yeah, I think you said it pretty loud, but it definitely was, if you guys heard it. But I used to shop there because it was cheap. Like, bro, the shirts would literally be like $3. I'm not going to judge you,
but I think one of the things I'm most proud of is I've never given them a single penny.
I never shopped at the other place you said.
Okay,
and that place is more expensive.
It is, but some of the stuff I've gotten my money's worth out of it, where it's like I don't feel bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the other place where everything is literally like a few bucks, like it's so cheap, where of course it's going to be that cheap because when you put it in the wash, it's gone. You could wear it like twice and it's just disintegrated.
Yeah, I mean, I've bought like jackets and stuff from fast fashion brands and they've lasted me, like I bought that at like in 2021 and it's still going strong.
I have like a few that I'm like, okay, this is cute. Maybe I can keep it for extra long, but it's like just when you first pull it out of the package, it's so like thin and like not practical to wear, especially like if you get a white shirt or if you just get like a cute little jacket, like shirt jacket, done. The thing are thin, like one gust of wind and you're cold, you're freezing.
And you might as well just invest in like a really like
because
good
I
white...
ended up throwing basically everything away. I'm pretty sure like the only thing I have left are like a few turtlenecks that I wear at work, but I wear them underneath things because they're not like the best quality. I'm not gonna wear it like as my one layer piece.
Yeah.
But it's just like so much money that I like put in, which, because at the time I'm like, okay, I'm getting like 20 items for like $50.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, that must be exaggeration. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting so much for so little, and it seems such a good idea at the time when like I don't have a lot of money, but it's like, okay, but that like $50 I could have bought like good quality, like maybe like a few shirts that like would last me, and there are like basics too, because the things that website only sells is just trendy stuff, and they'll only last you one season. So I'm gonna go again have to buy another shirt where it's like, oh, I can only wear this time because this is the trend now. Next year if I wear it, it's like, that looks outdated.
It's tacky.
Yeah. Unlike our shirts, they're plain. We can wear them anytime.
Literally. So, no, and that's like one of the things I realized is, so they have this saying, it's like 70 to 80% of your closet should be like your capsule wardrobe, where it's like, you know, basic, staple pieces, things like that. And then 20 to 30% of it should be like trendy items, which you should definitely enjoy some of the trends, some of the fun colors. But it's like, I've realized too now where maybe because I'm like 25, about to be 26 this year, I want to I want to look like more mature, and it's like me dressing like the Y2K style. No, like people are gonna think I'm still in high school.
And there's nothing wrong with like having elements of like your personality in your outfit. That definitely is not anything wrong with that. But it's like, really think about your intentions. So it's like, if your style that you've had the last 10 years has been like goth or like bright neon colors, right? Like, go ahead and wear it, but if that's only something that you just became interested in the last few months, it's like, okay, maybe buy a few shirts, but don't change your whole wardrobe for it.
Like, I think buying like 1 to 2 trendy things every now and then, that's totally fine. I think,
especially when you think about it, like, you want it.
And I think for me, what I realized is it's okay to buy accessories, because I go through accessories where naturally, even if it's like a bag that I like, after I use it for a year, I'm just not gonna want to use it. So it's like, I think with accessories, it's fine to buy them trendy, especially like since they're not as expensive as clothes.
I'm the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, so I think you should buy like a really good quality like bag or something.
I think you should have those too.
And then that way you can wear it with like any outfit. So it's like, if you have a trendy outfit, or if you have like a basic day-to-day outfit, it can go with like anything. See, really? I'm the opposite.
See, because I feel like with your clothes, like, like, I don't know, like, it's like also like belts, like you could have like a really trendy belt that's in season, but it doesn't cost as much, so it's easy to like switch out.
I do like small things like that. I think the big things, it's like,
or like jewelry.
Well, for the jewelry, I try to only buy like at least minimum like 14 karat gold, because if I'm paying good money for it, I want it to be good quality, and that way I know that like I don't need to get something else afterwards. Because I've tried like to get like a cheap tennis bracelet, and it only looks good for like a month or two, and it starts to look like grimy afterwards. So then I finally invested in a good one, and I don't have to think about like putting that extra care into cleaning it and stuff like that. But it's because like a tennis bracelet's like a staple, and I don't even have it on now. No, it's like a staple for things like that. Like, that will never go out of style. Like, things like that are like the classic things.
See, for me though, I have a habit of losing jewelry. Like earrings I'll lose, rings I'll lose. So for me, knowing that, I'm just like, I'm gonna buy
that makes sense.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna buy like a cheap pack of earrings from like Forever 21,
and
I'll get my few wears out of them, because by like the next time I want to wear them, I'm missing an earring.
I get that.
Or like my rings, I'll take them off and put them down somewhere, and Duncan's out there. But I'll like put my rings down. Like, I remember one time I went out to eat with my friends. This was like years ago, back in college. And this is when I worked for like icing. They're like sister stores with Claire's. I think you knew. I don't know if we knew.
I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah, I did work there. So I would get like a bunch of jewelry, because that's what my discount was. And I wore like a bunch of rings. And when I was eating, I just took them off and put them on the tray.
Girl.
And then when we threw them away, I threw all the rings away, because they like all my trash was on the tray, and I forgot about them. And I just dumped the tray in the trash and walked away. And then later I'm like, where are my rings? And I threw away like 10 rings.
Dang.
Because I used to like stack them too.
I don't like wear like a lot of jewelry like that. So it's like the ones that I do are like the simple pieces, or like really small things. But I think it's like,
but don't get me wrong, like the Tiffany's necklace that my dad bought me, like the nicer stuff.
She didn't throw that away.
I didn't throw that away, but I didn't, like, the thing I like about the Tiffany's though is you could take it to them and they'll clean it for you for free. So if it does get grimy
so, like,
and gross.
My tennis bracelet, it was just like a Swarovski one, so it's not like super crazy, but it's still like a really nice one, and they have like a year warranty, so it's like anything happens. But if I the one that I bought from Amazon was only good for a few months, and it's like, they're not gonna give me any warranty on that. They're not gonna clean it for me. So it's like things like that, they're like worth the investment, especially because I'm like expecting to wear that bracelet for a long time, and it does go with everything. And like, I only just took it off like literally 2 days ago, and I usually always wear. So it's like things like that where they are worth the investment.
I think the other thing that's like a staple item is like spending on jeans, because jeans,
I was just thinking
literally
that.
jeans will last you forever, and
Those
it's like
Levi's.
I'd rather
Sponsors Levi.
literally everyone, all the names we dropped.
Good American.
Good American come through.
I actually want to try their jeans. I heard they're very good quality.
I did too. I saw like a TikToker.
They're an investment.
Yeah, did you see that TikTok where it's like the engineer girl, Engineer Lean, I don't know if you know her, but she's like an engineer, and she was just like, oh, I need to wear jeans because she's like in construction, and like she was just like, but these jeans I could do like a squat in them and they're not like tight or anything. So I'm like,
those are like good. Like I used to buy when I was younger, especially, and this makes sense because I was growing. I was still a child.
I feel like if you're growing, it's a little different, but
no, but we're at the age where like we are thinking about that like timeless like what's it, the capsule wardrobe. Yeah, but like when I was like younger, I was wearing like Forever 21 jeans. They were just like very cheap, thin material. Like it wasn't denim material. They're cotton to dye.
Also, do you feel like cheap jeans are itchy? Like I feel like they're so annoying.
I just feel like they're uncomfortable. Like the waistband has like no give, or like the buttons are really like poor quality where it just
snaps off.
They might snap off, or they're just like don't feel secure. But like when I buy like a good pair of jeans that have like structure to them, like I can wear them for years. Like I still have jeans from like 5 years ago, and they're such good shape, like quality too. They don't like look weird when you put them in the washer dryer. But it's like things like that where they are worth the investment. Okay, come on, Good American, like
yeah, let us know, Miss Khloe Kardashian.
Look at us begging for sponsors.
I know, but no, I want to try Good American, and like it's kind of like that with Skims too. Yeah, because on TikTok, I feel like TikTok is what's leading to people to overconsumption.
I think it is like the number one. This is on TikTok. It is TikTok. You're the reason. Like thing that leads to overconsumption, because you sit there for an hour, right? Yeah. Maybe each video you come across is like an average of a minute. Bro, that's like 60 videos you just watch. Literally. Say like half of them are like things that people bought, like hauls, or oh, you guys need to try this new thing. There's no way you can't fall into it unless you're like absolutely the strongest minded person to ever exist.
Okay, I haven't bought that many things from TikTok, but I have bought a few. But
I've bought some stuff.
Okay, but it makes you want the things.
It does.
And like with Skims, like I'll always see people being like, oh, this is like a Skims dupe. But I'm just like, I feel like with Skims, like you're partially paying for the quality, and not only that, but the name. So it's like, yeah, this Amazon dupe might be like really cheap and affordable, but the Skims might last you longer. And it's like looking at things as like a cost per wear versus like just how much you're paying up front for it.
And that's where the whole thing of like investment comes in, because you have to like invest in what you're wearing, your day-to-day stuff like that, especially if you do wear Skims all the time. And I know that like some people buy it just for, well, like if you're going out like for like under a dress and stuff like that, then maybe then you can like get the dupe. But if you're expecting it to wear a lot and you want to get like more than 10 uses out of it, then just go ahead and buy the, because then after the 10 use you would have to go buy a new one if you get the cheap thing.
Yeah. And I think I've realized like some people are fine with buying something cheap and just rebuying it because their mindset is like, oh, this is cheap, like I can just rebuy it again. But I'm just like, no, because then you're just spending more money versus if you just made the investment. And then you have to
like wait for it to come in the mail, because let's be real, we're all buying it online. And then not only you have to wait, you have to like read the reviews, you have to search everything, and then it's like the end where it's like, okay, if I've bought 5 of these, let me just go ahead and get Skims. Yeah. And just like the makeup thing.
Literally.
Just like, and you look over in your corner, you have like 10 pairs of shapewear that you're like, what am I gonna do with this? I have one body.
Literally.
Why do I have so much shapewear?
Exactly.
But I feel like, because we're talking about TikTok, the biggest thing I've seen the past few weeks
Genesis, come closer to me.
I'm sorry. She wants me to be right here.
We look like a couple.
Like literally obsessed.
We're a couple.
Okay, we're not.
Sorry.
But the biggest thing I saw on TikTok the past few weeks are like Stanley water bottles.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on
Let's talk about the history of water bottles real quick, right? Let's go back to like 2020. Only a few years.
No, let's go back to high school. Because
high school, okay.
When I was in high school, I think the Camelbacks were...
No, before the Camelbacks was another one. It was the one that it was like a cylinder and had a screw-on lid and people put stickers on there.
The Tervis ones?
I don't remember the name, But it was like, I just saw a TikTok too where they're like going through the history of it.
Oh my god.
But then there was like Camelback, and then there was, because the Camelback had the squishy straw.
Okay, we had, the way I remember is Camelback was like a big one, and then in college it was like the Yeti. The Yeti / Hydro Flask. Like,
I was gonna say the Hydro Flask was like huge, but there's definitely has been like a trend of like the water bottles. Because remember in like TikTok 2020, people were like the Hydro Flask girlies, you know?
Oh my god!
Do you remember? Do you know that?
What?
They're like and then have their Hydro Flask, and there'd be like so many TikToks of people like making fun of Hydro Flask girls.
No, I think I might have seen them.
But they're like save the turtles, and they'll have like the Hydro Flask, and they'll have like stickers all over it.
Okay, I remember that.
So trendy, and so many people had Hydro Flasks. But then it was like you said, the Yeti as well. I feel like the Yeti came before the Hydro Flask.
I think they did too.
But the Yeti, I just remember, I mean, don't get me wrong, we have a few Yeti cups, and they were all gifts. We've never bought a Yeti cup, because we don't need that many.
Yeah.
You just need one of them, and then you're set, because they're good quality. Don't get me wrong, they're great. They keep it hot, but we don't need to buy like 10 of them, because, you know, if you buy a Yeti cup, why would you go buy Stanley?
But also, it's not like you're drinking, like, why do you need 10 water bottles? Like, what purpose is that going to do? Because the whole point of a water... the whole purpose of a water bottle is so you could just refill it and reuse that one bottle. Yeah. And if you're having to, like, if you're buying a new
you're trying to reduce, like, your footprint of the
you're
water
reducing...
bottles.
This is why, you know what? Y'all want to come at me for drinking these, like, Kirkland signature water bottles.
Or the Kirkland staring at us. Literally. The Kirkland in question.
Girl, y'all want to come at me for this? Okay, at least I own up to it, and I'm not leading to overconsumption in, like, water bottles when there's a new water bottle
and
on
I'm
trend.
not gonna lie, like, I do get, like, my water bottles. I like the Starbucks tumblers.
Okay, those I feel like are always in.
They are always in, and I feel like, too, though, like, when they hit the shelves, they're gone, like, instantly. Like,
but people collect those.
They collect them, and they resell them. That is, like, the one of my biggest pet peeves, like, resellers, because they up it so much. They're literally like, double the price.
Resellers need to go to jail. This is, like, kind of a sidetrack.
If you resell shoes...
No, because literally, like,
if I can't buy a pair of Nikes because of you...
No, resellers need to go to jail, and I feel like Nike, like, there needs to be a law.
I think they're, like, starting to, like, stop, like, resellers, though.
Yeah.
Because it's gotten insane. But that also leads to, like, the trends, the overconsumption, because, like, resellers just say, like, oh, this is something so big. Like, I don't know if you saw, but there was a TikTok where this guy, he was, like, one of the biggest Nike resellers, right?
Oh, yeah, and his mom was, like,
his mom executive. She was, like, exec, and she would get him, like, basically them, like, not market price, sorry.
Like, retail price, like...
Yeah, the dirt cheap, like, $6 a pair of shoes, basically, but she would be paying for with her company card. And then he would go and resell them, like, twice or 3 times the price. And it's like, you guys are, like, you're picking them specific because they're trendy. And now you're just, like, inflating them so much, which is, like, destroying people's pockets and the market. And it's just insane. It's just too much. It's too much. But, before we,
resellers need to go to jail. You're in jail. If I become president... First law I'm passing.
First day in office.
Literally.
Resellers out.
Anything else, less important. The resellers need to go to jail.
Laws? No. Resellers? Let's go get them out. But before we skip past that, the Stanley Cups still have been so big. People have been talking about on, like, the Target ones. Because I guess they're pink, so people have been liking them for Valentine's Day. But... Girl, I know if you dig in that cupboard and you pull out a mug... Why are you getting another one? Because it's pink and it has a handle?
No, literally.
Your other mug is perfectly fine.
No, but people are saying there's something else coming back now after the Stanley, and I'm just like, y'all can't do
like
this
with
another
Hydro Flask?
No, I think it's like a different water bottle. Okay, I saw a TikTok.
Oh, wait, I saw there's another brand too. And it's like this huge one. And I think the thing is with people, they say it's like, and not the thing, it's not a problem.
Stanley water bottles are chooky. I'm just going to put that out there.
But how people keep saying like, oh, their emotional water bottle. Emotional attachment water bottle? What am I saying that right?
I think so.
But like they form an emotional attachment on the water bottle where they have to bring it everywhere. And I think that's different.
I saw a TikTok where this girl, she was being like, oh, me and my fiance are going out to dinner. Watch him bring his, like, 6-gallon water bottle. And he walked out with it. And she's just like, what did I tell y'all?
I, like, low-key think that's better, actually, than, like, keep buying these water bottles. Because it's like you're so attached. Then, like...
Let me just take a sip of my not save this.
Because if you have that one water bottle... Because I used to have a water bottle like that. And I would bring it everywhere. It was like this Nike one. And it was like a plastic one. And I literally used it until it broke. Because I was like, hey, can you hold my water bottle real quick? And they dropped it on the concrete.
Do you remember the Gatorade ones? The green with the orange top? Those were like really it. Because they never broke or anything. They were easy to clean.
Yeah, they were really big for like the sports people in high school. But, I don't know. It's just, like, out of things to be trendy, water bottles, I don't know. That's kind of, like, random in my opinion. Like, I wouldn't think that's something that, like,
I think it's, like,
to worry about.
I think it's a niche group of people that are obsessed with water bottles. And I'm just like, you know what? If you have a Hydro Flask and you like it, keep using it. Like, screw the Stanley.
Like, you don't have to get a new water bottle every single time.
Literally.
But there's just so many things that become so easily, like, trendy. Oh, do you remember last year? And maybe it's even Christmas. I think it was this past Christmas, but the Dyson.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
$500 for a hairdryer. Girl, you don't pull out that Revlon. That thing does the exact same thing.
No, did you see Shark came out with one where it's like I think the Dyson just stands out because of the curling feature of it.
But the Shark does the same thing.
The Shark came out with one.
People say that's better.
That's what I heard because it's half the price. It's like
it's still a few $100s. Don't get it wrong.
I mean, it's not like okay. When I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond, oh my god, not me name dropping, girl.
She's worked at every single job.
Literally, if you know a company, I've worked there. But just kidding. But
she's actually the CEO. She's starting her own company. It's a water bottle company, actually.
Genesis.
She makes water bottles from the caps of old water bottles, but she doesn't actually melt them together. You just have to sip from the top. That's her company. And then on the side she resells shoes. But they're only Crocs. She doesn't actually resell shoes.
Used Crocs.
Only used. If they don't have like toe stains in them, she won't sell them. That's her company.
Genesis. I cannot with you. But what was I gonna say? I can't even
remember. The Dyson era.
Oh yeah. When I worked there, it was never popular, but we still had it, and this was back in like 2018, 2019.
I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a few years old.
No, and we had it, and no one would buy it because it was so expensive. And then I would see it, and like, okay, I would get like 20% off, but to me, I'm like, I'm not going to spend that much. And then they used to do like these employee incentives where certain vendors or like certain companies would give you like 50% off or like more than 20% off their like products. And Dyson that's how I got my Dyson vacuum. Like we bought that for like half off. But they had like the air wrap, and it's like I could have bought it for half the price, but I didn't because I didn't
the price is still $250.
Yeah, but
it's
like
still a lot.
But even then it's just I was just like I don't see the worth in it. And also like when I dry my hair, I don't like how I've seen the curls on other people, and I don't like how they look, like the Dyson curls. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like it for my hair. So it's like I'm gonna end up using my curling wand anyways.
Yeah.
And then it's like the drying feature. I'm like, my Revlon does the same thing. Like I don't need to buy this, but
I got the Revlon brush. And I got some rollers.
No, literally.
I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have the same look for a fraction of the price.
And then my best friend has the Dyson, and she just was like, don't get it unless if you can get it with like your credit card points or something like that. But it's not.
See, and it's so like, it was so trendy. Everyone talked about it.
But Dyson, if you guys want to send us.
To prove us wrong that it is worth it.
Yeah, let us know. We will
no one will ever sponsor us now. We're just like shaming these. No, it is not even a shame.
Except for Good American. Y'all are worth it.
It's not even a shame. It's the fact that like things like that, because like you said, the hairdryer's been since like 2018 minimum, right? But people were just blowing it up the past few years, and that's just what overconsumption is leading to, because it's like you've had this product for so long and it's now just becoming popular. Like, honestly, good for Dyson, great for y'all.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that people are only buying it because they see one other person do it and they're like, oh my god, I love how her curls are. Just like, but you can achieve it different ways for a fraction
first
of
of all,
price.
I don't like how the Dyson curls look.
I mean, that's for you, but some people do like it.
I mean, I think when they fall out, it looks good, but like if you're spraying them down and they're like ringlet curls, I'm like, what is this, 2008?
I mean, some people like Utah curls and stuff like that. They're not my preference, but I hate to eat them.
mean, you know what? If you're for it, you like it, I'm not gonna judge. Do what you feel.
Maybe next episode we'll have Utah curls.
We'll see. But
maybe. Who knows? That could be like the next trendiest thing.
We're not gonna. But you know what? If Dyson wants to sponsor us, I will. Because I love their vacuums. Their little.
I've never tried a Dyson vacuum.
The Dyson vacuums are so worth it. Like when I like begged my parents to buy this vacuum, like
please for Christmas.
No, like you don't understand. Like everyone, when they were like they had the employee incentives and the Dyson vacuum was on the list, I was annoying the managers, being like, "When's my vacuum coming in?" Because you can't get one off the shelf. They ship like a separate one, and like I was just like, when's my vacuum coming in? Like I need this, and everyone knew about it, and like I got some good TikTok content out of it too. Like I'll show you if they have it, but
but it's just so crazy that like how it just takes over and waves too, right? So it'll be like right now it's the Stanley mugs. Next week, who knows what it is? I feel like last week.
What was the trend last week? The Tarte trips. Oh my god.
The Tarte trips?
Yeah, when like all the influencers. I saw somebody
post about that, so I didn't know what it was.
Okay, so Tarte, they used to do this. I used to be a big YouTube girly, so they used to do this with like all the big YouTubers and like it was like the makeup gurus that they would do.
They had like a trip.
Yeah, so like Tarte it was basically Tarte and Benefit were the two ones back in the day, but they would fly out all these like makeup influencers, like the YouTubers, and they would go on these trips, and Tarte would like plan them. Like back then, it used to be like Bora Bora, like the Maldives, like all these fun places, and they would do all these fun things. They like promote their products, whatever, talk about that. And then Tarte, I think brands stopped doing the brand trips because no one cared for them anymore, but then Tarte just did one, and they flew out all these like TikTok influencers out to Dubai. They literally like Tarte, were promoting like literally Tarte, if you want to sponsor us, but they were flying them out to Dubai. They literally did like this whole brand trip. They were talking about their products. One of the things that I think was most talked about was they basically came out with a product. It's like the Charlotte Tilbury like highlighter bronzer, but it's like a dupe. I don't know why people are calling it a dupe. It's like $5 cheaper. It's basically
Tarte isn't cheap.
Yeah, so but it's like
it's their version of it.
Yeah, so that's like one of the main things that they were talking about, and like everyone was on that trip, and it was causing like a lot of controversy. But
I can see how like that trip and like how, because you're seeing people go to Dubai, you're seeing this makeup that's like attached to it, like why you would go out and buy that, even if you have the Charlotte Tilbury one. Yeah, because you're like, oh my gosh, a new thing, like there's a version, let me see if it's better than the.
I'm not gonna lie though, there's this one thing that Tarte came out with. It's like a highlighter stick.
I think you showed me.
Yeah, it's like it looks like a lip gloss or like a lipstick, but it's like a highlighter stick, and I want to buy that. But once my Charlotte Tilbury is done, then I will.
You gotta finish it first.
Yeah,
it's nothing wrong with buying it, but just don't buy in excess.
And it's already sold out anyways.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
because of the trip. No, for real, it's like things like that's like, how does a product sell out that fast? And it's like there's so many things that will be dropped, like released on like online so fast, and then just snatched up. Oh, you know what does that too? Telfar.
Okay, first of all, I've been wanting those bags since 2019. Like
Telfar is like,
is it 2019? No, 2020. I wanted the Telfar bags, like the little mini.
Yeah,
those motherfuckers sell out so fast.
They do. They
like
sell so
and you
but back in 2020 when they first had dropped, it was easier to get, and they started off as like being a affordable brand, right? The prices were affordable. It wasn't like super exclusive, but because they blew up so much online, and I feel like a lot on TikTok too, where now you have like this thing where you can buy it months in advance, but it's like, I don't know, for me, I don't want to buy a bag and then have to wait like 4 months.
Pre-order.
Yeah. But it's just like now they only have a certain amount because so many people want to buy it, and it's like they are an affordable brand, but things like that, like it's inevitable, but their prices are gonna start going up. I feel like
I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like they did that when they saw, like, oh, we have the market for this, and there's, like, this exclusivity to the brand, and I feel like that's when, because it's, like, I feel like that's what Birkin does, or, like, Hermes does with their Birkins. Like, I swear there's not a shortage of Birkins, but they're creating this fake scarcity of it, so that way,
they purposely do it just to get people to be like, oh, you have to spend this certain amount, and it's, like, just the exclusivity of a product that is so popular makes people like lose any sense that they ever had.
Also, I'm not gonna spend like $20,000 on a bag when that's like a down payment on like a house or something, or that's like a brand new car.
If I don't have a house and a car, then I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah, but also on top of that, I'm not to be like I treat my stuff so bad, but you saw like my laptop was like laying on the floor.
When I dumped everything upside down.
Yeah. And I'm like, that bag, there for sure would have been like a lip gloss or a lipstick that I left open that I threw in that bag with stains all over. Like, my hand sanitizer would have, like, that bag would have been through the trenches. So I don't think that investment would be worth.
That's only for people if you have, like, 3 Birkins already.
Yeah, but I feel like, because I use my products. Like, I use my stuff to the point where I'm like, she's been loved. And you could tell, because she looks like she's been through the trenches.
But there's so many people, too, like, you'll scroll on TikTok and you'll look up, like, designer bags or, like, luxury brands and stuff. Mm-hmm. And they'll have, oh, I've never worn this before, but it was an exclusive, like, Chanel. Girl, what?
I don't even think you should buy Chanel anymore, because they don't even hand make their bags. So it's like,
and the cost of them are like going down too.
Yeah, no, because the cost, like, okay, so they don't even hand make them anymore, but they're raising the prices of their purses. So I'm like, what are we paying for? It's for sure not the quality.
That's like Doc Martens. Like the Doc Martens, their prices have gone up the last few years, because like I have a few pairs, but I'm pretty sure like the first pair that I got at the time, the standard price was $100, because I got it in high school, and it's still. But they're so perfect condition, nothing wrong with them. They're obviously, like, worn to death because it's been years.
Did you see, like, you have to see where they're made? Because if they're made in England, like, then they're, like, the good quality.
But the thing is, so, it's the ones that are, like, they're sold in the U.S., they're made in the U.S. as well, but the quality isn't as good as the ones made in England, but their prices have raised up to, like, $50 last year. So, like, the shoes that I got in high school were once $100, but now they're $150, and their quality isn't $150 worth. It's just insane, but they've gotten so much more bigger over the past years, because I feel like even in high school, like, that was when it was, like, cool to be like, oh, Tumblr. Like, she's so Tumblr. So people were buying the shoes, but, like, it's just, like, trends come and go all the time, and this one's coming back now, so people want it more, and they have other styles.
I feel like you should just wear it if you like it, and just who cares what they think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And definitely, like, I'm still wearing them. I've always still worn them, but it's so crazy that, like, brands will see, like, oh, our stuff is coming back. Let's go ahead and raise the prices and then make it cheaper to make so that we can get more money.
It's not a good...
Invest in quality things.
Literally.
Just like quality people. Shout out to our last episode.
Literally. But, oh my gosh, I think we talked a lot this episode about trends and overconsumption. I think the people are tired of us.
I don't think so. I think there's one more thing that we need to...
I think we should talk about that on another episode. On a part 2.
More, if you guys want, like, us breaking down, like, I guess TikTok drama, we'll have to, like, do it quick. The thing changes so fast.
Yeah, but... We'll talk about that.
But yeah, let us know if you guys have any more like suggestions of like trends to talk about.
DM us on Instagram.
We
read all our messages.
We read everything. Comment on our YouTube.
Literally.
And our TikTok now. And then also on Spotify, you can leave like a little comment too. Be like, you guys are annoying. Please don't do it. Or like,
Genesis, don't encourage them.
Tarte should sponsor you guys. Yes, they should.
Good American should
sponsor American. Hermes, sponsor us.
Oh my gosh.
You guys want a bag? I guess.
Literally, if Hermes sponsors us, I take everything back. Like this bag, propped up, background, literally.
I will never spill lipstick in here.
Literally.
Okay, well, guys, thanks again for listening.
And I guess we'll see you on the next episode.
All right, this was Happiness Hangover.
Bye, guys.
Bye.